To install the Watch Face Studio, first you need to go to Samsung developer's website and download the latest version of the installer. I'll leave the link to the website in the description. The app is available for Windows and Mac OS. Click on the link that corresponds to your OS. Read the terms, then click on I agree and download. In case you are using Mac OS, some errors messages might show up while trying to install it. Samsung already offers you some fixes for common errors at the bottom of this same page. Once the download is complete, double-click the file to execute it. Wait while it does a quick verification. Read the terms, then click on I agree. In this screen, you can select to which user you wish to install the app. I'll select the All Users option because I've had some errors when using the default setting. Then click on Next. In case you select All Users, a pop-up will show up requesting you to confirm the installation. You can click on Yes. Once again, click on I agree. In the next screen, you can select where the app is going to be installed. I'll leave the default path set, and I recommend you do the same. Then click on Install and wait while it installs the app. It might take a few minutes on some computers. Once it completes, click on Finish and you are good to go. The first time you open the app, it might show you one or more messages. This one is just informing the new features Watch Face Studio has, and that it might not work on all versions of Wear OS. Click on OK if this message shows up. Next, it will request the path location to your workspace. Your workspace is basically a folder where all the projects will be saved by default. You can change it if you wish by click on Browse, but I don't think it is necessary. You can just click OK. This is the screen you will see whenever you open the app. Here on the right side, you can see 3 tab options: Workspace, Recents, and Starred. The Workspace tab will show all projects that are inside your Workspace folder. The Starred tab contains the projects you pinned with a star. The Recents tab is self-explanatory. It will show the latest projects you opened. In here, you can also find some sample projects to help you understand how some settings and customizations can be used. To create a project, click on New Project. Then set the name of your project. It does not need to be the watch face name, just the name of the file you are creating. Watch faces by default are created using the 450 by 450 pixel size. WFS does not provide an option to change the default size. However, you don't need to worry about it. Watch face format will handle all the resizing in order to fit all watch sizes. After you set a name for the project, click on OK to create it. This is the editor screen. It is in this screen that you're going to create your watch face. Here in the center, you have the canvas representing a circular watch screen. At the top, you have some tools. The one you will use the most is the Add component. Through here you're going to add text, images, hands, and everything else. Just to show you, let's say we want to add a clock text. Click on Add component, then Digital Clock, and select any of the options inside this menu. And done, you've just added a digital clock to your watch face. This border around the clock tells you the boundaries of the component you just added. Click and drag any of the squares inside it to change the size of the box. You can also click and drag the box to move the position of the component. Now let's add an analog clock. Click on Add component, then click on Analog Clock, and done. You have analog hands on the watch face. On the left sidebar, you can see that now we have 2 items. They indicate each component we have in our watch face. The blue item indicates that the component is selected. To change the component selected, just click on the one you wish to select. The order of the components here indicates the order that they will render on your watch face. The watch face is drawn from bottom to top. It means that the components stack upon each other in the order they are listed here. In case you wish to change their order, you can either click and drag the component to a new position, or you can select the component by clicking on it and use the arrows here at the bottom, either to move them up or down the stack of components. To help keep things organized, we can give a name to each component. To do so, right-click on the component and select the option Rename. Now you can type a new name. Once you are done, press Enter to set the new name. You can see that the first component has an arrow on the left side. It indicates that this component is a group. A group is just a collection of components, a way of keeping things organized. To see what components this group is made of, click on the arrow and it will expand. In this case, we have the hands that compose the analog clock. Here on the top, you have 2 tabs, Normal and Always On. If you click on Always On, you will have a quick preview of how the watch face will look in this mode. See that all components are still here. You cannot add a component to a specific mode, but you can change its settings according to the mode you select. For example, the second hand is not visible when the watch face goes to AOD mode. You can make it visible or hide it by clicking on the eye icon of the component. This setting will only apply to AOD. If you go back to normal mode, the state changes back. On the right sidebar, there will be some options to customize the component selected. These options will change according to the component type you have selected. For example, the placement offers you some default alignment options: align to left, align to right, center, and more. You can also set the position using the coordinate system. The origin point is the top left corner. The x-axis extends to the right up to 450 pixels, and the y-axis extends downward up to 450 pixels. Now let's say we want a better preview of how the watch face will look, even with some different values, like time. To do that, you can click on this button here. It will show you a better preview and some settings for it. In here you can simulate some values like 12 or 24-hour format, the date displaying, the battery level, the user device's language, and health and weather values. Some other preview settings will also show up here when you add some customization for your watch face, but this will be in another video. But what if you want an even better preview, or you even want to take a screenshot of the watch face? For that, click on this icon here. It will open a pop-up. In case you want to check how your watch face will look on a Samsung device, mark the Show Device option and use the arrow to switch between the available options. To take a screenshot, you must disable the Show Device option. This is the button you click to take a screenshot, but before clicking, you can select what kinds of screenshot you want to take. For that, click on this arrow on the side of the camera icon. You will have 3 options that you can toggle on and off. The option icon will generate a screenshot of size 512 by 512 pixels, the default icon size for the Google Play Store. The masked screenshot will generate an image of 450 by 450 pixels of only the visible parts of the watch face. In other words, a circular screenshot. On the other hand, the screenshot option will generate the same image without cutting what is not visible inside the circle. Once you've selected the screenshot options, click on the camera icon to take the screenshot. Once the image is generated, you will see the path location to where the images were saved. To show it on the File Explorer, just click the path location text. The preview image inside the pop-up is showing the normal view. In case you want to change it to AOD view, click on this square button here on the top. Clicking on it toggles the view mode. When viewing the AOD mode, you can see here at the bottom the current on pixel ratio value. This value indicates the percentage of pixels that are lit up when using the AOD mode. In other words, the number of pixels that your watch face is using in AOD mode. The maximum value allowed here is 15%. In case you are using a higher value, an error message will show up when you try to build your watch face. Just to be clear, this value inside this pop-up indicates the pixel ratio for the time set in the preview. This value changes when the time changes. This is just an indicator to help you check when you exceed the limit. The last part of the editor is the bottom bar. Here you can find a play button that was also present in the preview pop-up. If you click the run button, the watch face time will start running like a normal watch would. This way you can see a live preview behavior. In case you want to test another time value, have 2 options. You can either drag this progress bar here. It indicates the current time in a 24-hour period, or you can enter the specific time using this input down here. Just click on it to change the value. Just remember that it uses a 24-hour format. Once you enter the value, press enter to set it. Done. The preview value is updated. But let's say we want the preview to go a bit faster for testing reasons. You can change the speed using this drop-down menu here. Right now it is set to 1 second per real second. In other words, the preview runs as a regular watch. The other options are 1 minute per 1 real second and 1 hour per real second. Let's say we select the first option, 1 hour per real second. It means that each second that passes, the preview increments 1 hour to the preview time. This is all for this quick overview. I'll cover more specific settings in the following videos.